Hello friends, welcome to this video in which I will take you through the concept of Foreign Exchange Reserve of India. Basically, I will help you understand what constitutes Foreign Exchange Reserve of India. I'm sure you would have come across news on multiple occasions which describe the increase or decrease in foreign exchange reserve of the country. Of late, there was a news which got media attention, and the news described how the Reserve Bank of India has moved physical gold from international location to domestic location. So, understanding foreign exchange reserve of a country is a very interesting subject, and this will help you enrich your own understanding of how the market operates, the foreign exchange market operates. So, I thought of creating a video, and in this video, let us first see what are the key components of foreign exchange reserve as far as India is concerned. So we have foreign currency assets, which I will take you through. The second part of it is gold. Gold is a very valuable asset, and central bankers keep this as part of their foreign currency, reserve. You also have special drawing rights of International Monetary Fund, and then you have something called as RTP or Reserve Tranche Position. So we'll discuss all these four components, but let us first start with what constitutes foreign currency assets. So foreign currency assets are basically maintained in multiple currencies, but they are valued in uh, dollar. So this is a very important point to note. So what exactly is foreign currency assets? So this is basically nothing but the securities of sovereigns purchased by Reserve Bank of India. So US government issues securities from time to time, just as Indian government does. But US government securities are supposed to have very high safety, and so is the case with some of other leading central governments of the world. So rather than keeping cash as a reserve, it makes sense to invest in these securities, because securities provide you a return in form of periodic coupon payments that they give. And in the current scenario, you will all know that interest rates on government securities across the world has gone up significantly. So foreign currency assets that you have, they are kept in form of securities, deposits with other central banks, and deposits with commercial banks overseas. So this is how it is kind of split or bifurcated. But let me tell you that investment in securities, which are central government securities of countries outside India, constitute the biggest portion of overall foreign currency assets. So not only India but also other governments have other central banks have rather invested in such securities, right? So I hope you could get the meaning of what exactly are foreign currency assets. And let me tell you that more than 80% and in the range of 80 to 85% is what exactly is the foreign exchange reserve in form of foreign currency assets, right? The second part of it is gold. So gold as a foreign exchange reserve, has a very important role to play. Gold is an internationally acceptable asset. Gold has been pledged by India in the past to raise money from the international, banks and International Monetary Fund, right? So gold reserves, how they are maintained, they can be maintained in physical form. So there is a raw gold in physical form with defined purity, and this can also be kept in form of deposits, right? So that's how it is maintained. Gold reserves have now crossed around 10 or gone beyond 10% of the total reserve. There has been a significant increase in the value of gold. Many of you would have read the news item which mentioned that gold crossed 2,800 dollar per troy ounce, right? So that's a very sharp increase, and that's why the value of the gold held by central banks have also gone up. Gold reserves are kept in physical form locally as well as with the international entities such as BIS and Bank of England. So gold can be maintained in physical form also. Physical form is where the central banks typically maintain gold, right? The third component of foreign exchange reserve is SDR or special drawing rights. Now SDR is something which is provided by IMF, and it's an considered to be an international reserve asset. So countries own SDRs with IMF, which can be used whenever there is a challenge in terms of maintaining foreign exchange reserve? Well, SDR is not a currency, which is very clear, but its value is based on basket of 5 currencies. US dollar obviously has the largest share, and you have other currencies, known currencies internationally. Chinese renminbi was the last one to enter this basket. So basically, when you own SDR, you basically own the rights to use it as a reserve with IMF, and this is used in event of a crisis by the country. This is a smaller portion of overall foreign exchange reserve, but almost every member country has some component of SDR as foreign currency reserve also. The next is what we can call as an RTP. So it's a reserve tranche. Okay, it's a portion of required quota of currency each member country must provide to International Monetary Fund. So countries provide some kind of a quota to IMF, right? And reserve tranche is something which can be utilized by the country for its own purposes when the need arises without any service fee or economic reform conditions. That's something which is a right that the countries have. According to IMF, the reserve tranche is about 1/4 of members' nation quota, right? That's how members maintain it, right? And reserve tranche can be used for various purposes. So let me tell you, the largest component is obviously the FCA, foreign currency assets, followed by the gold, then comes the STR, and the smallest portion is the RTP or reserve transposition. Now, one more question that would come to your mind is what causes variation in the foreign exchange reserve? What could be the reason? Okay, so the reasons are many, but let me tell you that two factors that cause are related to balance of payments. So the first factor that we need to know is nothing but your current account balance that you may be maintaining, right? So that's the first factor, which is what I have listed here, okay, which is from RBI only, right? So this is your first factor that we are referring to, correct? And then you have capital account balance, which is also there. So capital account balance is, current account balance is basically merchandise export minus import or import minus export. But capital account has multiple forms: foreign investment, foreign direct investment, portfolio investment, banking capital, all these are part of it. And also, because of change in the value of foreign assets that a central banker holds, there could be an impact on foreign exchange reserve. So you can see here that there is a valuation effect which was minus 7.8 earlier, which has now become positive. So this valuation change, because the value of assets are changing or value of assets are going down, will also have impact on foreign exchange reserve. I hope this video made sense for you. This video has been created with an objective to give people an understanding of what constitutes a foreign exchange reserve. Thank you so much for your valuable time. Please do write in with your comments. You do not also forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. That will be really helpful. Thank you so much.